Duh. I don't know exactly where they are. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, we're going. Okay. So, how's it going? This is going to be another midnight live stream for those of you who are out there. I'm going to be using a few different decks. The first one is the first deck I ever got, and that's just plain and simple Rider-Waite Tarot. The one that's in a tin, though, the tin set. And then this is the newest one I got, was Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. This is the one that's all like slippery and like doesn't want to stay still. No borders. It's beautiful. I love this deck. It's like my favorite. Well, you know, picture-wise, color-wise, quality. Then this is another Rider-Waite, but it's a different version. I forget what version it is, but you guys will probably know better than me. This is a good one too, but I use Rider-Waite. That's pretty much just what I use for everything. Different versions of it, but I mean, it's still Rider-Waite. And then we have the Chakra Tarot as well. Tarot. Well, it's more of an oracle, actually. But, so let's get to it, you guys. Wow, okay. Let's see. How did G... Thanks for coming to watch this, by the way. Like and subscribe. If you can go ahead and like this video right now, I'd really appreciate it. Also, for those of you that are new, haven't been here before, you will love it. No. But I think it's pretty fun that we do these readings, so go ahead and subscribe. Okay. Okay. How did G feel after seeing my post today? G. What are G's feelings right now? If you saw her post, then can you tell us what the feelings are associated with that? Like how he's feeling at this moment about her or him. JJ, I think you're a girl, right? Yeah. So how he's feeling or she is feeling right now. I think that, okay, either they're an Aquarius person or they think that there's hope involved with a situation that would mean, you know, heading your way and probably trying to pursue something with you. But it seems like it's a thing that keeps turning into a bad thing, basically, because, you know, you guys are here kind of suffering a little bit. You know, you need help, you need shelter, you need food, you're homeless, there's a storm. I mean, it's just like, if he does pursue it, he or she does pursue it, then it's going to be a thing where they feel like it's going to end badly, but they have hope for it at the same time. It's either that they already know that it's going to end badly, they pretty much already feel like that's what's going to happen, or they feel like this is what they need to do, but it might end badly. So here's the thing. I don't know if they're aware of that, but it looks like they have hope to head in some direction towards you, probably very quickly, you know, very abruptly, very suddenly. They're going to be headed your way or in some direction. And I'm guessing it has to do with you. It might not, actually. But then we have this guy here. So it's kind of like, even if he or she does, then it could end in the situation that it's like, it's just unhealthy for you guys both. You know, it's kind of like bringing each other down. You know what I mean? So I feel like he feels like there's hope to come closer to you for some reason. What are Alex the Cancer's feelings for me? Alex the Cancer. Feelings for Emily. Can you tell us what his feelings are right now for her? Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Ace of Cups. That's a good thing. That means that they feel like there will be opportunities for love. Like there's opportunities. Oh shoot. Like the potential for you guys to be together is pretty strong. Like they want to make that happen. Fuck. Hang on a second. Let me put you down real quick. Stupid ghetto dresser. I have a lot of ghetto-ness in this room. It's like not very well put together, but hey, it works. Well, it kind of works sometimes. Not always. Not always. Sometimes it takes forever to get everything to be like where it's at. But one day I'll be a little more organized, maybe. I dropped some cards, so just hang on a sec. So, yeah, no, Ace of Cups, though, that's a good thing. That's like, if you like this person, that's what you want to see, you know? That's what you're hoping to see. And that's what we see. So let's elaborate on that, though. Let's see what else we can get from that. I mean, it's pretty good as it is, but let's just see if there's anything else. Okay. Yeah, you know what's weird right now? Okay, look. These cards that fell right now, I was saying to myself, okay, I'm not going to include those because like whatever, I don't feel like I need to, you know, but it's funny because one of those cards, okay, it wasn't the same card, but it was similar to this card. So I'm going to incorporate it because you know, we see the Ace of Cups here, but we don't see the reality of the situation. Like we see the opportunities that they see there are, but this is also what's there. So it's like sadness, sorrow, someone regretting something, not like regretting being with you or trying, but like just something about the situation with them. And you know, fears, a lot of fears for them. I feel like there's going to be a lot of regrets. Not necessarily saying like they'll regret being with you or giving you a chance, just saying that there will be regrets in general. Like whatever they're doing, you know, certain actions that they take in the situation, they're going to be sitting there like feeling sad about it later, which is could mean anything. But I get a lot of like nostalgic feelings. Like they're thinking about the past and they're going to go over it in their heads and they're doing hermit mode, you know, and it's happening very quickly too. It's like this thing that just kind of like morphs into something else. I feel like it's going to be a very transformative relationship, I guess you could say, if you guys do connect. I mean, I think he feels like he really, really could. Ace of Cups, he feels like it could be love, but it could be a very intense kind of situation that could turn into something where somebody is stressed out and kind of regretting what they're doing, which could mean anything. It's just kind of interesting because at first we see a bunch of love and then we see, okay, it's not going to be so perfect, you know? And then we get this guy, which is like my favorite. Just kidding, he's not my favorite, but he's like the player card of the tarot. Basically saying that it's because somebody isn't committed to the situation. So maybe they think there's an abundance of love and then they kind of get over it, or they kind of just are in a situation where they feel like it's not really what I wanted, or it's not as much as I thought it would be. It's not as cracked up. It's not cracked up to what I thought it would be, you know? So I think he definitely feels like you guys could be together at some point, you know, for sure. He feels like there will be opportunities to get closer to you and create something. Okay. General reading for 2020. Sorry about all the craziness, by the way. Thanks for hanging in with me. There, 2020. What is happening for them? Anything that you can highlight or make note of for us? Like what is something we need to know? What are a few events that we need to know, or general feelings in general that can tell us a little bit about? Wait, you're asking about 2020? For 2021. I'm not going to go down and read So I'm just gonna go through it. I'm gonna do both. Let's do 2020. What were we supposed to learn in 2020 basically? What is some things that we should be aware of that 2020 was there for the purpose of it for Charlie Bear? Okay. It looks like you had a big transformation this year. Probably something that really changed everything, like something that kind of fell apart and wasn't what it used to be anymore. And it could have had to do with the love situation. It could have had to do with you just being down and out and needing help. And it was almost like you hit rock bottom. So it was kind of a good thing, though. You know, the tower comes when we're supposed to like change, and it's when we're not really wanting to. So it kind of just does it for us. And it looks like it really helped you to kind of take authority in your life, though. Like that was something that you needed and you weren't doing. So I feel like this year something happened to you that this big, not even just one singular event, but it was like something happened to where now you can't go back to the person you used to be. Like there's understandings about yourself in the world now that you can't go back on. It's just that's what it is now, and it changed you a lot. But it was probably pretty hard to go through. So let's see what's 2021. 2021, any changes, anything different, anything new, anything you'd think that they should know. Okay, we have Taurus, Aries, and Aries. So if you're involved, and Capricorn. This is at the bottom of the deck, so I do want to make note of it because it could also mean that whatever situation in 2021 that I'm about to tell you has to deal with, it could be very toxic for you. So let's hope that that's not the case. But here's Taurus, here's Aries, and this is obviously the Wheel of Fortune. So if there are Taurus and Aries in your life or Capricorn, then this could make a lot of sense to you. If not, if it's not those signs, then we can go ahead and just interpret it differently. I think either you'll have a marriage proposal, or, you know, sometimes the Hierophant to me doesn't always seem like marriage. It is a marriage card, but for me, I feel like sometimes it just means somebody that you look up to or someone that you highly respect. And it looks like you're going to be taking more responsibility and authority in your life. Like you'll have opportunities to do that. It looks like this is like the mindset you'll have. Like you want to be a highly respected individual, maybe, you know, something like that. Something where there's a highly respected individual, and then also one that is able to take responsibility for themselves. So that's obviously respectable, and that will bring you good luck. I feel like it's saying anything that you've learned from 2020, you need to take into 2021. Anything you've learned from any year, you need to take into 2021 this year and start to implement those things in your life. Like you need to be like the Emperor. This will bring good fortune to you. This will help you along in life, you know, in many different ways. And that goes for everybody. But, you know, it looks like that's kind of the gist of it. It's like, this is what you're going to be. This is what you're going to do. So feel empowered and know that this is your year, basically. Like you have to just kind of take some actions and do what you need to do for yourself. Not being selfish, but just basically it's highlighting this person that you will be, or this attitude that you'll have, which will be good if you're able to do that. You know what I mean? If you're able to take responsibility for yourself and the people in your life that you have responsibility over, your priorities, you know, your commitments, things like that. So it's a year of responsibility. Last year was a year of growth. Now it's a year of responsibility. Well, 2020 was a year of growth. 2021 is responsibility. And pretty much proving it to yourself. See, this guy flew out again. Because I forgot to mention him. Isn't that funny? I forgot to kind of mention him, except for the fact that it could be Capricorn. I put the cards back and then boom, it flew out right now as I was shuffling. So that's very important. Your life, whatever this thing is that happened to you, I feel like it's better that it's not in your life now and that you've learned from it. But at the same time, since you have the devil coming out here and reminding me, hello, I came out, you need to mention me. There's a toxic energy lingering. You know, there's like a toxicity that it keeps wanting to bring up. So I feel like there's something you haven't weeded out of your life yet, or there's something you haven't realized about your own mindset that's very destructive or just not helpful to your situation. You know what I mean? So there's something that you need to block out of your life that is still there. And that's probably what a little bit of the, taking responsibility for your life thing is, because you are the only one that can take this thing out of your life. And you're the only one that can make any changes like that will make your life better. And this thing is obviously very negative for you. You may not even know what exactly it is. But since that came out twice, I do want to note that. I feel like it's something you need to just do. You need to take responsibility for it. And it's something obviously from the past. I mean, if that's not obvious enough, you felt sometimes it's a bit redundant in a way, but you felt stuck, like you felt, and you have to make a choice. You felt stuck, like your hands were tied. Remember we were talking about this yesterday, saying that this card is all about, she feels like her hands are tied and like she has no choice and she can't escape. But basically, since she has a blindfold on, she doesn't know that all of these swords right here in the ground are just sticking up in the ground and they're not keeping her there. Like her feet are not tied up. She's tied up and she has a blindfold on and she thinks she's stuck. So the point of this card is basically that you think that you're stuck, but this is all in your head. You're not really stuck. You can get yourself out of this situation. The toxicity, this whatever this is talking about, it could be addiction, it could be a relationship, it could be something that you just feel chained to. See the chains? They're chained to the devil and they just feel like they can't let go of this thing or brush it off, like they're just addicted to it or stuck to it, or they have a hard time letting it go for whatever reason. And so I feel like you feel like you're stuck. You feel like there's no way for you to kind of not have this in your life, or you don't even know what it is, so you feel stuck, or you don't know exactly like how to get it out of your life. You feel like you're powerless to get it out of your life. And you're definitely not, because she is supposed to make a decision. This is something that you've probably had to do for a long time and you haven't done. And it's just something that needs to happen. But I feel like you have no power to let go of this thing, or you have no right to even say anything about it. Or you feel like maybe, okay, it's not really affecting me, but it is, it's clearly affecting you. And the devil came out twice. I think this thing is obviously something that's needed to be gone for a while. And it's you're the only one that can do that. So I would say get on it, because it seems pretty important at this moment. So there's something toxic in your life that you need to just weed out. You literally need to just get it out of your life, because it's not doing you any good at all. And it's actually bringing your ass down. Yep. There you go. Exactly. Okay, so how does the Capricorn feel about me? No contact. How does the Capricorn feel about her? And they're not speaking right now. Still very caring towards you. I feel like they feel like you provide a lot of strength into their life, or you provide a lot of like either material items. 10 of Pentacles, though, I don't really see 10 of Pentacles as a card talking about like having a lot of money and that's it. I feel like it's talking about all the way around you have this like stability, and you can provide for your family, and everybody has what they need. So it's very, very complete. Everything is good, and I feel like if we're talking about their feelings toward you, and we're talking about either they're a Leo or you're a Leo, or a water sign possibly, since we have the King of Cups here, that would be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. I feel like I can't really see well out of it. It's like strange right now. So basically, yeah, we have these two energies here that we're talking about somebody who cares about you a lot, somebody who is genuinely caring, like not fake, and they either have learned a lot from you and so they've grown more strength, or your relationship together basically has brought a lot of strength on. So it's like a very strengthening situation, if I haven't said that enough. But it's a situation where I feel like you guys have been through some shit, because in order to get strength and gain strength, that's something that that you guys had gone through together. And now they're realizing that they do have these strengths. So it's almost like they attribute their strengths to you or your connection, I think that they felt like at one point it was very complete. And we have Sagittarius. If it's not Sag, then it's harmony. So I feel like they're thinking about how it used to be right now. Because it's talking about harmony, caring for you, things were complete, things were good. But if things aren't good now, I would say that that's probably what they're thinking about is the past, you know, and pretty much like, how can we get it to be that way again? But if there's no contact, then obviously they're not really sure if it can. But it seems like they still kind of think that it could. Or they're just sad thinking about it. But it seems almost like this is what they think about because they don't want to accept that things are bad, you know? They feel like there's something to gain in the situation still, you know? So I wouldn't say it's like completely done yet, honestly. Or at least in their mind, they're not thinking like about just cutting you off and never speaking to you again. I think it's probably pretty hard for them. So maybe that's why they're no contact. Yeah, see? That's kind of what they're going through right now. Up at night, thinking about it, thinking about you, thinking about the situation. So you just got to give it a little bit of time because I think that they just need a little bit of time to figure it out within themselves what they're really trying to do about it. But it seems like they're really going through it right now. So don't think it's just you, you know, they're probably feeling it too. It's just, you know, sometimes just because you're feeling sad doesn't mean you have to do anything about it. Sometimes you just feel that shit and it's like, okay, good. I'm feeling that shit and we're good, you know? You need to do that. But sometimes people feel like they have to take actions when they feel sad because they don't want to be sad anymore, right? Sometimes there's nothing you can really do. So it just depends on what he's going to do about it. But how he feels, I think he's thinking about everything all together, how it happened, what happened, and you. And he's having to be strong right now because it is hard. So, yeah, don't feel like it's just you, you know. Okay. A general reading. Okay. It seems like there's a lot of fighting and disappointment. And that leads you to a place where you feel like you have to just move forward and on away from something. And the point of this is not moving away from something. The point of it is moving towards something. The point of it is moving forward. So it's not even about the past. Who knows what that was? But we're talking about something here that was arguments and more than one person involved. We have sadness, disappointment, somebody who is just not happy with the situation. They're like looking at the negative instead of the positive. There is still positive there, but you're not even acknowledging that at all. So it's almost like it isn't there because it's just not on your mind. And basically that has brought you to a place within yourself that you feel like you have to just go in some direction, forward and on and away. So this could be, yeah, see? Beautiful. Could have to do with the Cancer as well because we have the Chariot here. But we have the Chariot and the Empress, which means you're moving toward a new beginning. You're moving forward and you're trying to decide which way is best, but you're definitely moving forward and then you're going to have this new beginning and this new start. That's what you're trying to create for yourself is this new start. So I feel like that's your vibe, you know, and that's what you're going to be doing. You'll have a new start, you know, as long as you just, you know, make that happen. Yeah. Because if you don't, it's going to be harder than you think. Like right now, whatever change this is talking about or whatever like new beginning this is talking about, if you don't do it, I'm not saying like you have to do anything in particular. This is going to be up to you. I'm just saying this is a point in your life where you have to move on from something. You have to just like move forward and let it go, you know, kind of just keep it going, you know, let it go, keep it going. You know what I mean? Like you have to let things just be how they are and keep yourself going, you know, keep progressing, keep improving, because basically if you don't, the tower is going to make things happen for you. Big changes that are going to happen that are not going to be pleasant. And they're not going to be pleasant anyway. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. They're not going to be pleasant. But the thing about it is that when the tower happens, you just shouldn't push anything. Don't push anything. Don't resist any changes. Make sure that you're just letting shit flow if you can, you know, because if you can't, it's gonna, just trust me, it's gonna be that much harder. We're in Mercury retrograde right now, so things are just a little bit harder in general anyway. But you know, they're doable. They're not impossible. Plan ahead. Check things twice. Make sure your communications are doing well with people. You know, be clear, be honest. Don't go back to your ex. You know, this is a time when things like that happen a lot. But don't sign any contracts. You know, make sure you have everything you need when you're traveling in short distances. This is Mercury retrograde. So there's something that needs to happen for you. This is also, so we have Cancer and Sagittarius. If it's not a Cancer or a Sag, then we're talking about something where you're going to be moving on. Then the Empress was showing us this new beginning for you, which just confirms the Chariot even more, that you're trying to move in some direction forward and progress, basically. Then we have the Tower here. There was so much disappointment that you felt like you had to move on from it. And this is something that's been happening. So I think it's a good idea that you just start implementing that, or that the Tower will do it for you, you know, and you don't want that because it's going to be changes that you really don't want to change. And what do we do when we don't want to change something? We try to resist those changes. We try to push something that we want to happen, and it's just not going to happen. So it's going to be that much harder for you if you don't just try to kind of push in a new direction. And I hope you know what that means, because if you don't, then it might seem confusing and you might just have to experience the Tower anyway, you know, in a negative way. But I feel like if you do know what that means, like what you have to do, then that'll be a lot easier for you, you know, because you kind of already know where you're at and what to do, like where to begin, you know. Okay. Oh shit, Ireland went into lockdown? Wow. I did not know that. I don't watch TV or the news or anything. So that's one downside to that, but that's crazy. It's bad over there or what? I mean, obviously, right? That's crazy. I can't imagine what that would be like, you know, California's locked down or something. Like, what? Okay. All right. Ooh, okay, who's next? Oh, okay, good. You guys are doing what we did yesterday. Cool. Okay, so I'm just gonna go to the bottom and see who's next. So, okay, Rupali, good, thank you. Oh wait, are we on Hermione or are we on Rupali? Okay, so I'll do Hermione, or I'll do Rupali first since hers is right here. And then yeah, whoever, you just post your name and then like Jenna will get you down. And then when your name comes up, she'll say, okay, it's your turn. And then she'll put, and then she'll ask you to repost your question. So don't post your question now. I know I said to do that before, but now we're kind of coming to a, you know, a routine here that I think it's better that if you just put your name and then Jenna will see the names, which row they go or which order they go in. And when your name comes up, she'll ask you to post again. So just make sure you're looking at the chat box and, you know, looking out for your name. And wonderful Jenna will tell you when it's your turn to post your question. Yeah, okay, Hermione. So just put your question now, because what happens is that the chat box, it goes up and it keeps going, and then it ends up like there's no, you can't see the questions up above that you had put before as it keeps going. So just make sure you when she says your name, which she pretty much already said your name. So right now, just go ahead and post your question. I'll go ahead and do that. No, yeah, she usually does post it, but she has it in her own, like she knows who's next. So just make sure you're paying attention to the chat so that when she says your username, that's your time to post your question. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to do Rupali really quick, but then I'll go back to Hermione, okay? So Rupali, okay. Will Vice President of InfoWave Systems company hire me at your expected pay? Okay. Remember what I said about asking the same question? It might not be something you want to see. Let's see if we can ask it in a different way, because I can't be asking the same exact question every day, because it's not gonna, you can't do that. I mean, you can, but like I said, it's just gonna you're gonna end up getting an answer that you really don't like, because it's just repetitive. You have to kind of like let events play out how, how they're going to. But let's see what has changed, because we can ask what has changed since we last asked this question. What has changed about the outcome, possibly? So this is a different job you're talking about. Weren't you talking about there were 2 jobs that you were wondering about? I'll wait. It's good. So yeah, that would be the other one, right? This job would be the other job. So this job you already applied for is what you're saying. Like you applied for, this came in today. Like, I don't get what you mean. So this is not one of the 2 that we've been talking about then. Oh, okay. So this is a completely new job. So let's see about this one. Do we see anything happening for this job in particular? Will this be a favorable outcome for her? What do we need to know about that situation? Instinct. Complacency. Impatience. Okay, so it seems like you feel like something is really coming on. You feel like there are these things taking shape, and you just don't know where exactly to focus your attention, because it can happen in so many different ways. You're being a bit impatient. You need to just let it kind of play out how it's going to play out, and be a little bit more, like have faith in yourself a little bit more. It's kind of hard when it's a job and you need the money and you're trying to like figure out, how can I make money? Okay, I've been applying for these jobs. Am I going to get hired? But it's like, last time we were talking about those jobs, that one we decided, it hadn't really been decided yet for you. But when it was decided, it might have been something that you didn't really want anyway. And that kind of sounds like complacency to me. So, you keep asking about at my expected pay. So I feel like this is something that you feel like it's going to have an exact outcome. Like, I mean, it will eventually, but you're hoping that it has a certain outcome. And so other outcomes are not as favorable to you. But the thing about it is, if you just kind of let it happen, I feel like you will be happy with it. If you're expecting a certain thing to happen, then it might not play out that way. It probably won't play out that way. But if you're just like, I feel like you have a feeling about which one it's going to be. And the reason you're asking about the pay is because it's not the pay that you'd want anyway. Like, I feel like this is something that you are hoping you don't get, but it's probably going to be the one that you get, and that's probably why you're asking about the pay and if it's going to be what you want, because you feel like there's one of those jobs that you're going to get more than the others, and that one's not going to have the pay that you want. So let's see if this newest job, like, what can we expect coming from this new job? And her next line of work, remember, I think we had said that it would be something about caring for others or something, wasn't it? Or was that someone else? Well, I'm not going to ask a yes or no question. So let's ask, we got to rephrase these questions, because I can't ask an open, I have to ask like a question that's going to give us an idea of what we're going to be feeling and what we're going to be doing, so that it kind of makes more sense. If I just say yes or no, it's kind of hard to understand what something's saying yes or no. Like if something says, well, okay, just for example, if something you're going yes or no, yes, right? You would think yes, right? It means you're going to be happy in that situation. But that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get the job. It just means you're going to be happy. Maybe it's not that job again, it's a different job, and you'll be happy, So basically, it's kind of hard to understand if it's yes or no and why exactly what it means. So I like to ask a different question that kind of lets us know what we're going to be feeling in regards to that like situation. If it were to play out that way, how would that play out? You know, what can she expect from this newest job? Any feedback? Okay, you feel stuck in a position where you have to, either the boss himself is kind of not argumentative but aggressive and kind of like egotistical, I would even say, like kind of like a bully, or you, those other two jobs don't work out and this is the last job you have, you feel like you have to pick it, you feel like you have no other choice. I see you as very, feeling very stuck, like you have no other choice but to do something else, or but to do something. You're feeling stuck and like your hands are tied. Remember, it's mental, it's in your head. This is not your only option here. I wish the Seven of Cups was here, because then I would just say, okay, you have a lot of options. But that's what that makes me feel like, you know, that right there makes me feel like you have a lot of options. You have a lot of different options that you're not considering. And so you're not really stuck, you know, but it feels that way. So it feels real to you. But there's some kind of like energy here that is very argumentative and very bossy. Not trying to compromise. They're just trying to win. So if that's you, it could be you feeling that competitive streak, but I don't feel like it is you. It seems like your boss or something, or it seems like you're like the boss, or it seems like you feel like you have no other choice but to do this, like to get to, you know, keep this opportunity, this job you have here. So I almost want to say you're going to be walking away from something. I almost want to say yes, just because I feel like this is something you're going to feel stuck with. So like it says complacency, you know, you may get this new job, but it would be something that isn't exactly what you're wanting. So at the expected pay, I would say probably not, because it seems like that's what it has to do with, is that you're probably not going to be getting the pay you want, because, or, you know, either that, or it's something that you really just don't want to do, or you really just aren't very interested in, or both. So I almost want to say, yeah, you will, but you might not be you might not be happy with that. You know, you might be wanting a different job more, and this job just happens to fall into your lap and you get it, and it's just not something that you really want, you know. And I don't really even think that it would be something that you would like, but yeah, I mean, I would say that it kind of looks like you will get this job, but then, you know, you'll feel like you're kind of stuck in it, in this position. So keep looking around for other jobs too, you know, because I feel like this one, I feel like you're not gonna like it, you know. So let's see. I know everyone's a little mixed up today. It's okay, you guys. We're, you know, it's all good. Just keep it moving, you know. Okay, so we were talking about Hermione. Hermione. So I have to go back up here really quick. If your question is still up there, let's see. Okay, yeah, it is. Oh, wait, no, it's not. Okay. You guys are funny. Okay, yeah, I need Hermione to post it again because you retracted the question up above. So I wonder if there's like another way to do this, because it seems like we're all mixed up right now, but I think Jenna's got the hang of it. Okay. Yeah, seriously, because the moderators are, you know, they're the ones keeping everybody in order. But no one's perfect, you know, we all have our days. So today it's just, let's just say all of us are having a day, you know. That's cool though. That's good. That makes it even better. That makes it better because we're not alone, right? I'm not worried about it. Okay. Hermione, I need you to post the question again. Okay. Jenny, Jenna, Jenny, Jane. We have a lot of Jennies. Jenna, Jen. Is Hermione still here? Because your question up above was retracted. So it's not there, and I don't know what you're asking. Sorry if you can hear things like muffling around down here. I'm just trying to get all these cards. I don't know what you can hear if it's like scratchy. Okay, so who was after Hermione? Okay, Hermione, go ahead and post your question so that I do not skip you. I need you to repost the question. Sorry about that noise. I feel like you probably heard that hitting the desk. So whoever is next, go ahead and post your question, and then we'll get back to Hermione again because I do not see her question, and I don't know what to ask for her. So go ahead and whoever's after Hermione. Yeah, Hermione, I need you to post the question. I know you're still here, but we don't know what you're asking. What does my crush currently feel for you? Okay, thank you. Because I looked up above and it was retracted. So I didn't know what the question was. So let's see here. Okay, what does my crush currently feel for me? Yeah, sorry about that. Like I said, we're all kind of a little in a different place tonight. We're all kind of like just trying to do our best. So okay. So you guys are not in contact, but he liked your picture or your message. Hasn't said anything, so why is he silent? What are his feelings and emotions and thoughts toward you? What are his intentions towards you currently? I keep getting this for that. Like he could be scared for some reason or nervous that something is going to go wrong. He cares about you a lot. A lot of people I'm getting that there's this genuine, like caring, loving energy. Unless he's a water sign, that could be the case too. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And then we do have the true love card. So it's like he agrees with you on a lot of things. He almost feels like you're his person, I feel like. So that could be why he's afraid. I mean, sometimes, women just want to think like men are too afraid, right? And a lot of times it's not the case. A lot of times they're just assholes or they're just not interested. But, sometimes people are intimacy avoidant. So it could be that he just sees you as a good connection. He sees eye to eye with you. He's a little worried, but he cares deeply, or is a water sign, or both. There is this whole feeling of like he thinks it could be something again or for the first time, but he's not going to come forward right now. And that's probably why he hasn't come forward yet on your message. Why is that? Be patient. Like I said, look. Like I said, he's going to come around. That's him on his white horse coming towards you. I think he's a water sign. If he's not and you're not, then that's just talking about him wanting to basically give you attention, you know, like flirt with you or talk to you, ask you out, you know, be with you and, you know, share emotions, give you some kind of support, maybe emotionally. Air sign. Okay. Yeah. So we're talking about somebody who wants to provide emotional support or, you know, flirting, whatever, you know, they want to offer you something emotional. And I feel like they will be doing that. We're talking here like, why has he not come forward? And then we get the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Cups. I think that means basically you just have to be patient. Like you just have to wait a little bit longer. He's still trying to figure out what he's doing. For whatever reason, he's a little bit nervous. That's probably a good thing, you know. He's nervous because he doesn't think he's better than you. He thinks, okay, maybe she's not going to say yes, you know. So it seems like he's just kind of like nervous about doing it in general. So it could just be a little more time you have to wait, you know. And just try to be like open, you know, try to be like approachable and not like closed off and looking angry all the time, because that can make it harder for him to feel like you have to, I mean, it can make it harder for him to feel like he can come up to you and ask you out or do anything. So just make sure you're friendly, nice, open, you know, not too open, but open, just not blocked off to where he feels like afraid to even approach you because he feels like you're going to like stab him or something, you know, or just reject him completely. So, hell no, I don't want to get behind 17 people in the line. I'll subscribe though. Thank you. If you come back tomorrow, then, you know, and get here, like it's kind of hard because I don't really have a set time that I come on, so it's just kind of like if you notice. But if you hit the notification thing next to the subscribe button on my page, then it should notify you when I'm going to be live. So what I'll do is I'll try to like schedule them before I do them instead of just doing them right away. I'll try to like schedule it for a certain time, like I sometimes do, so that you guys have a little bit of time to like get here if you want to, you know. So let's see, who is next? Yeah, I feel like he does like you. Yeah, that's what I was saying, is I think he's gonna come forward to you, but just not yet, you know. That's why I'm saying just be a little more open, be approachable, seem like you are friendly, you know, be friendly. So okay, Jenna, should I ignore Caleb to help manifest our reconciliation? I feel guilty ignoring his text though. Should she go no contact, or should she, yes, thank you, Jenna. Or should she, like, what should she do for her highest good? Is it a good decision that she is, you know, going no contact? What's gonna, for her highest good, where should she be focusing her attention in regards to Caleb? I feel like, yeah, okay, this is what I thought right when I saw the cards, and I'm just gonna say it because I feel like it's important to say if I felt that right in the beginning. This is obviously the card I pulled last, so I wouldn't have known anything about it, but this is what I thought already, and this just confirms it. So this is basically talking about somebody coming in and offering you some kind of affection or love, like a new person in your life. And when I saw these cards, that's what I thought immediately was, basically you're going to have a lot of time to self-reflect. Not like a lot of time, like that you'll be single, but it seems like there's going to be a period of time where you're going to be thinking, you know, to yourself about what you need to be doing. And you're going to be learning a lot about yourself, that you've grown from the situation. You have to lean on those strengths that you do have. And also it's talking about, there could be a Leo person this could be talking about. But since we have the Hermit here, that's Virgo. So Leo or Virgo, but it doesn't have to be a Leo or a Virgo. It's just, it could be. But these cards also represent the strength that you have now and that you're going to have to lean toward. And this is also representing self-care, the Ace of Cups, self-care, because the reason that it's self instead of like a new person necessarily is because of the Hermit. So it's like time to yourself that you're trying to reflect and realize what's going on with you. So I feel like this is talking about how you're treating yourself and how you are behaving. But since we have the Page of Cups right here at the bottom, I feel like you will get somebody else. I think you're going to be with somebody else. It seems like someone new is going to come in and present themselves. But I feel like it's important for you to do that self check first, that time to yourself, because then you'll know more about what you want. You know, you're not just going to go for anything just because it's there. You know what I mean? You're going to know already what you want, what you need. So that's going to be important before you move on to this next person. But I feel like this person's going to come. So I know I always get carried away off, you know, whatever the cards are telling me about. It's like sometimes it has nothing to do with the question you asked, but I'm trying to like figure out if that could have said yes or no to me within that answer. I feel like it's saying that yeah, you should just keep doing what you're doing, because think about it, if you do continue this way and then you guys just like kind of separate and don't talk, that would, you know, you have to like let something else die for something else new to come in. So I know you want it to work with Caleb, but it seems like you're going to be single for a minute, being able to think about what you really need, and then somebody else comes in. So I think it's probably important for you to just not keep it going at this time, because I know you, and I know if you do talk to him, you're going to still want to be with him. You know, it's just something that you can't not think about if you have him in your life. So I think some distance would be good, you know, a little bit. And then let some other things in, and that could probably be a really good thing for you. Like you'd be surprised if, you know, you're holding on to a past connection that could just be not good for you at all, and could just be something that you need to let go of, which who am I to say? I'm just saying it looks like somebody new is going to come in after your whole period of self-reflection. So let's see. So yeah, you know, if he's playing that, then just show him. Okay. You know, don't be so available to where he feels like he just doesn't have to make a decision, you know? Because he's been telling you that for a while. He has you on a screensaver. He's talking to you and saying he wants to be with you, but he just doesn't want to yet. Like he needs to decide. And if he's not deciding or he's not ready, fine, that's okay. But you just need to, you know, let that be then, you know? Listen to that. Let that be. Give it a rest for a second. Think of yourself, you know, think of what you need and what you need to be doing for yourself, and just let it play out. This new person that comes along, it might even be him, you know. I don't feel it as that, but it could be, you know, he could be a new person that comes in and sees, okay, she's very focused on herself now. Maybe I do want that in my life, you know, instead of like somebody who just will be with me if I ask, and I don't even need to really make it official. They'll always be there. You know, you don't want that. You don't want to be in that position. But it seems like that's kind of how it is now, or he, you know, maybe he's not doing that, but it just seems like he has the upper hand, and it shouldn't even be like that, like power struggles in relationships. I'm just saying that if you're there, then he doesn't really feel like he has to make a decision, you know? Like he's just going to keep kind of stringing you along. Maybe he's not ready. Clearly he's not ready. So if he's not ready, then you just, you know, maybe somebody else is, you know? Okay, Angel 11. What's going on between me and why? What are his intentions about me? Tell me what's between these two. What's between these two energetically, spiritually, emotionally? What is the connection between them? You highly respect each other, you go to church together, or you are possibly going to get married. I mean, they could be a Taurus, or you could be a Taurus. I mean, this is the marriage card of the tarot, but this is what's between you. So it could just be that there's high respect between you both. You look up to each other. One of you has more to offer than the other one. So one of you is giving to the other one more than the other is giving to the other. You know, it's like or there's just help. Like this is a relationship between you guys. This is a relationship of mutual respect and mutual consideration for the other. It's a bit, I feel like either you're going to jump into it too quick, or some actions that are being taken hastily, like without much planning, is going to lead you to a lot of confusion. I feel like probably because it's going to be a situation where you guys give, like you're very happy with it and you just want to give your all to it, but then you do that and then you're kind of confused because it's not exactly what you had thought, or you kind of like made promises that you don't really feel like keeping now. Like now it's changed. You just thought it would be really great. Maybe it's not so great. Maybe it is. I'm just saying that there's a certain situation that comes up that it's like you're making decisions too quickly or moving it too quickly, moving it too fast. And because of that, there's a lot of confusion and clouded thinking as a result. So something just is blurred after that. Something is not making sense later on down the line. So just make sure that you're, he highly respects you. He wants to help you out in any way he can. And I feel like that's a mutual feeling between you. And just make sure that in this situation, you're not making decisions that are without thought. You have to plan these things out, know what you need in your life, and that can help you. Because if you're trying to, take actions based off what somebody else needs or wants, then that's probably going to lead to some disappointment when you're not getting what you want out of it either. It's kind of like you have to know what you need before you're with somebody, because then you know if that person is right for you or not. A lot of us don't do that. So I'm not judging. I'm just saying like that could be an easier way to kind of understand if this person is worth your time, is to know beforehand if you really want to give it a chance. But I feel like in regards to your question, yeah, I think he highly respects you and wants to, be of support to you emotionally. So, sorry, not emotionally, even financially. I feel like one of you has the upper hand. Like if it's him, this is him giving to you. And it's kind of a card of the less fortunate, but I don't really feel like he's talking about it in a condescending way. It just seems like he has more to offer. And it could be vice versa. Maybe you have more to offer and you're offering that to him. It seems like this is a mutually respectful relationship though. So I feel like if this is the beginning, then yeah, he has feelings. And if this is like the middle or the end, then this is like he still respects you a lot, which is a good thing to have, because sometimes in relationships that can really change or diminish, completely, or just eliminate itself completely, not even be there, the respect part of it. So if you have somebody who respects you here, then that's a great thing. I would say he highly respects you, which is a blessing. Okay. May I have a general reading? Whatever the cards want to let me know. I'm a Gemini. Perfect. Yes, you may. All these cards were on the ground. Like, I'm a sloppy ass shuffler, but it's natural. It comes out natural. And that's why I do that. And it's okay, because we can just pick them up. But I think it's better that way, because I don't want to just have it be all robotic, Put more feeling into it, more energy, so it could be more accurate, Okay. Anything you want him to know? He's a Gemini male. Anything you want him to know at all, let us know. Highlight these important messages for him. Something to be gained. Something to be gained here. After a lot of hard work. So it's highlighting the fact that you need to be working hard at something. Something you might be very passionate about. Something that could be a new thing. Something that could be an apprenticeship. You could be just learning it. Or something that you really love doing. And it's something you need to be working hard at, because there's a lot to gain from this. It will really make you feel good and accepted. People will notice, it's that recognition. It's that acknowledgement. It's that you know, people will be happy for you, and that will obviously make you happy. I feel like it's going to be something where you eventually feel very liberated by it. Like you're working very hard at something, there's a lot to be gained, and then you get into this position of, okay, now I can do what I need to do. You know, this is you feeling like you've gained something from working very hard. And on top of the gaining something, you feel free and liberated, and you feel like there's a lot less worries in your life. So you need to find a hobby, or if you already know what it's talking about, then that's really about to set off for you. It's really about to start getting interesting and cool and fun, and to the point where you feel a lot of freedom and a lot of the ability to just do what you need to do with life and no worries, you know? I don't want to say no worries, but the Fool is literally about like no worries. I'm just going to have a great time. I'm just going to go and explore and expand and adventure and just, you know, no worries. So it's kind of cool. It's like something you get into that gives you a lot of empowerment, that you're able to just kind of go through life and have a good time. And it puts you in a place of where you feel empowered way more than you had before. Okay. Okay. Break time, stay hydrated. I think I agree with the break time, stay hydrated. Let's do that. Let's all go get hydrated really quick. I'll pick up the cards and then we'll come right back. I mean, it's still gonna be on here, like it's still gonna be going, but let's all do that. Let's all go and stretch and get something to drink real quick. Great idea, you guys. Keep us all going. Keep us all coherent and focused. Okay, let me go get something to drink then. Be right back. Hold that thought. I'll be there in a little bit. Whoop, whoop. Okay. All right. Everybody back in action? I wonder if that's better. Yeah, I feel like it's not as bright in my face. Okay. All right, so who's next? Ah. Okay. Let me move you over. Let me move your ass over. So where are we at? Who are we on? I think we were on Angel 11, or did I just do that one? No, I just did that one, huh? Okay. What's coming in love this week? Okay. We're talking about this week. So you do have hope for a certain thing to happen. You're not just asking like what's gonna happen. I have no idea. You're like, I hope that this happens. Is it gonna happen? You know, kind of thing. With the high priestess, since she's a very intuitive energy, I could even go as far as saying that whatever you think will happen is what's going to happen. And I don't mean like your dream. I mean like what you really think, like when it comes down to it, like your dream, you think that's probably unrealistic. But what you really think is realistic that could happen, that's probably what's going to happen, is whatever you realistically think is going to happen, you know? Because the high priestess just kind of intuitively knows things. So I'm not saying whatever you want to happen. I'm saying whatever you think really will happen, like looking at everything reasonably. It's pretty much saying you kind of already know what's going to happen, but let's just figure that out for you if we can get anything else on that. The high priestess usually knows what's happening. She's all knowing. New love coming in. Some direction. Where's it headed? So when I first saw that card, I thought, okay, it's a new love. I also thought that maybe it's somebody that's you've been having feelings for, or who has had feelings for you, and now they're finally just showing you that. And then it's headed toward communication. Or it's like you taking charge even. It's like between you, I think this could be a past person or a person who hasn't approached you yet, that you know that you guys kind of have feelings for each other, or maybe you've sensed it a little bit. And when they come toward you, this leads to, like, you guys will have good communication. So whoever this is, it's somebody that you can speak to easily, someone that you can really just kind of mentally connect with. So it's not a difficult thing or awkward. So you have somebody that's going to show you their feelings this week. Let me know what happens. I want to know about it. Seriously. I want to know if that happens. Like, how you feel about it. If it's the person you thought it would be, or... Because I feel like you do, there is that whole aspect of, you know who, or you know what is gonna, you know, you kind of already know. So I feel like you kind of already know the person. If you don't, then let me know if that's somebody that you wanted it to be. I want to know how this plays out, and if you are happy with that, you know? That'd be really cool if it was somebody you really want it to be. Like I said, you kind of probably already know, like, in a way, even if you feel like not confident about that, like, it's not something that's unreasonable. It's something that you feel like would happen, you know? Like, it's not like a shock that it happens. It's something that you kind of already knew. Okay, so we are on Pooja Patel. I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry. It's like embarrassing. I don't want to offend anybody. So just know that, you know, I'm working with what I have. And I don't have much knowledge on, you know, pronunciation of things I don't know how to pronunciate. I wish there was like a translate or something, like we could put our names, like you speak it and then I just press it and it says that person, and then you like start listening because you know you're up. That would be cool. See, that's an idea right there. That's a tool that they need to add or implement into YouTube's toolbox thing. They need to like make that happen. Okay. Will I ever be able to catch up or surpass where my batchmates, oh, okay, bachelor's degree mates are career-wise? I'm 3 years behind. Okay, will I ever be able to catch up or surpass where they are career-wise? Okay. So tell me about the future of her career. And see, I know you have a certain question. I keep wanting to ask a certain question, like, so for their highest good, da da da, and it's like, no, they're not asking about their highest good. They want to know if they're going to be as good as the people around them, or they want to know if they're going to be better. You know, like they want to know what their level is going to be, if they're going to actually make it as far as, you know, the people they went to school with made it, or are making it now. So let me not get my own little theory involved there. Let's see what the answer is to that question, or, you know, what kind of vibes we're going to get for it, so we can kind of understand a little bit better what the likelihood of that is. Awesome. So it's basically saying don't cut corners, don't cheat, and don't slack off and try to just take it. Like, I'm not saying you are doing that. It's just saying that you need to not think that you can just go ahead and do less than what they've done. Like, the first thing it says is, you know, have faith in yourself. Believe in yourself. So I feel like, yes, that's already a yes. You know, because, but, well, you can, you know, this is saying this is what you need to do, is believe in yourself. So if you don't ever decide to do that, then, you know, you might not ever achieve that. But it's like, you know, you have to know that you can do it, but you also have to take action that will get you there. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like a self, and you have to participate in your own life. You know, it's not just like it will happen. It's like it'll happen if you make it happen. So I think that it's definitely possible for it to happen. It's just up to you to like make it happen. But this is highlighting the fact that you might try to cut corners, cheat, or just think that you can like kind of take this position without doing the work that's appropriate. So if at any time it gets to that point, just don't do that, because you will have a lot to gain from this, and a lot of recognition within your community, within your friends, your family, excuse me, with the people around you. So it's like, it's almost like a celebration just for you. You know, you see them around here, down here, they're like all celebrating, and that's you on the horse. So I feel like, yeah, it's excuse me. I feel like, yeah, it's definitely possible, but it's going to be up to you to take the appropriate actions that will lead you to that outcome. So yeah, I definitely think it's definitely possible. Okay, and then Arendam. Okay, cool, thank you. You're on it. Where will I be in a year? Let's look at a broad spectrum of this person's life. A year from now, what do we have for us? What can we say? What do we see? What can we sense? What can we explain to them? Or what's important for them to know and be aware of during that time, a year from now? What can we expect? What should they know? Let's see what this means, though, exactly, because I have a few different things that popped into my head. If you are wanting to start a family, you're wanting a situation, a relationship, a marriage, a family where things are where things are basically very happy in general. So yeah. Yeah, no, we're on the next one. Okay, so yeah, I'm on Arendam or Arendam. I don't know. I'm sorry. We're on yeah. Okay. So, okay, yeah. We're all cut out. We're on the same page. Okay, cool. Okay, so yeah, basically we have this I feel like I'm saying did you hear that? That was loud as fuck and it was scary. It's okay, Buzzy. It's okay, baby. So, basically I feel like you're in a position where you wanted like a family or just all around happiness like in your home, and so I feel like it has to do with like wanting a family in a marriage and to create a family, and I feel like you've been waiting a long time for that, and I think a year from now that will be yeah. So I feel like that will be taking shape a year from now. Like this is something that you've been waiting for and you just need to kind of be more patient about it, because it's talking about you waiting for this connection, and it's all around. It's 10 of Cups, 2 of Cups, and then we have the 7 of Pentacles here because this is you waiting. And I feel like you've been waiting a long time and you've been wanting this to happen. And in a year from now, we see this happening. We start to see this manifesting after a long period of waiting. So that's awesome. Anything else we need to know about this a year from now? Okay. So there's this whole idea that you need to be taking more responsibility. Like everyone has toxic things in their life. Everyone has addictions or habits or behaviors that are not working for them and that bring destruction to their lives and the lives of those around them. Like there's just certain things that are not good for us, and we know we all have those things. Some of us don't know. And I guess that could be what it's saying, is that you need to start taking responsibility for the bad things in your life and, obviously start trying to find a resolution for them and weed them out. So that could affect the relationship that you're creating a year from now. So it's noting that, because I feel like you need to make yourself aware of the things that are bad for you in order to have the best outcome for your highest good. You need to be making sure that you're not letting toxic things into your life or keeping them there longer than they need to be there. This is something that you have to just know within yourself, what it's talking about. It's talking about something very toxic that you need to own up and recognize and acknowledge so that you can do what you need to do to get it out of your life, basically. So that's the only issue, really, is that there's something that you're probably going to still be hanging on to that isn't good. And then that could affect the relationship you're going to have and obviously your happiness. So I think a year from now, you just need to know, like starting now, you need to know which things in your life are bad things that aren't working for you, that are bringing your life down, that you already know need to change or need to be gone. And you need to start making that happen so that you have the best outcome for basically this relationship that could be taking place in about a year. And since we saw how it was like already very happy and very like two people together in love, I feel like it could even happen before a year from now. But a year from now, since we're seeing those cards of, you know, two people in love and having a really great happy time after a long period of waiting, it's like you have like it's probably already starting to happen, you know, now. Like it's probably about to start happening. And so by the time a year from now, you're going to be in a place where you feel like you love this person, you feel close to them, you know that they're your person, and everything is really happy and you're really glad to have them in your life. So I wouldn't say it's like a year from now is when it starts. It probably starts before that, because a year from now, what we're seeing is you're already very happy with this person. So you obviously have had some time with them, you know? So that's like progression into the later stages of the relationship. You're starting to see, yeah, this is something I can really get used to. I really enjoy this energy and this person in my life. So let's see. Yeah, Marvy. Yeah, Marvy, it's your turn. So let's do it. That's cool. General reading for Gemini. Are all the Geminis wanting a general reading? Okay. That's cool. You know, general readings are cool. What's coming out for this Gemini person? Decisions without forethought. Or a young fire sign person, which would be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And this is Gemini. The Lovers, that's the Gemini card. So we're talking about a love situation, or it's talking about you. This could be you making decisions that are you're not thinking them through. So let's clarify this. See where we're at for sure and know what it's talking about. Look at this deck. My big deck. I love this deck. Okay, so generally for this Gemini, what do we see here? What do they need to be aware of, or what would you like them to know in regards to them making hasty decisions? Or a younger fire sign person? Pull this together for me. Look at the bottom. Again. Isn't that funny? Look at that. Same card. So we're talking about, well, are we talking about a fire sign person, or are we talking about you? Okay, we're talking about a fire sign person, I think, because we have a relationship here we're talking about. Because at first I was going to say maybe it's self-care. We're talking about you're nurturing toward yourself, but since it's both of them, I would say it's a relationship we're talking about. So thanks. You're awesome too, Jenny G. You're awesome too. So is there a fire sign in your life right now, or no? Because if there's, I mean, that doesn't mean it can't happen. I'm just kind of trying to figure out where we need to go with this. There is. Okay. Are they immature or are they younger than you? Are they younger than you in age, or if not, are they kind of immature? Like they make decisions without thinking about it, get themselves into kind of some trouble sometimes. I mean, everyone does that sometimes, but I mean, is that like their personality? Like that's just kind of what they do. Like, and it's a problem for them. They need to, like, you're noticing, you know? So yeah, so it's highlighting this twice, and that's why I'm saying it's a problem, because it's highlighting it twice, and I feel like that's kind of the underlying thing here, which is interesting because we also have this caring relationship, but I think it's talking about you're working very hard at something, but you're headed towards this fire sign. I think they're probably older than you. Are they older than you? Because I know I asked if they're younger, but I'm saying are they younger because of the page? But it looks like it's just a fire sign in general that they might not be younger than you, because we do have the king here. And that's just basically telling me it's a fire sign, but their behavior is, you know, very young. But they might as well, you know, they could be a man, a grown man, that you're working hard toward this situation. Like, you feel like it has a lot to offer you. Why do I feel like I need to clarify that? Like, maybe that's not the case here. I don't know. But let's see. So we do have this caring aspect to the situation. Jerry. So we do have a caring aspect since we have the cups here. You feel like this has a lot to offer you. What is the outcome of this with this person? Well, that's cool. That means they're going to ask you out, or they're going to be showing you some kind of affections, or they're going to be, you know, presenting their feelings to you. Like, it will be known. It will be known. The high priestess, she knows everything intuitively. So that's cool. That's interesting. I feel like they're going to come back around and basically offer you some kind of affection or support emotionally, feelings, flirting, or some kind of, like, they're going to be open to you, not younger. Okay, yeah. Because it seems like what I'm seeing here is like you working hard to get to a fire sign person, working hard to make it happen with them or whatever, you know. And I think that they will either recognize that and then take action, you know, accordingly, or they're going to just do it anyway. But either way, it seems like they're going to take some action towards you, like they're going to be taking a step towards you and showing you that they have feelings. And if it's a past connection that you feel like is already kind of like withering away and it's done, it looks like they're going to revive that by coming back into your life. And, you know, I don't think this is just a conversation. I don't think this is just a talk. It's like they are offering you something emotional. So I see that happening. Okay, who's next? You guys are having like your own conversation in there. Julie J. You told me what the last session? You told me that they were going to be coming toward you? I don't remember. See, sometimes I'll remember certain things that we've talked about. Like I can remember your story and who you are and what has happened, what you've asked about before. But sometimes I don't at all. And so, because it's kind of like I'm just giving it my energy as I'm doing it. So sometimes I don't remember at all like what we had talked about before, or I might get it mixed up with somebody else. But, you know, if I am going to say like, oh, were you the person who da-da-da-da-da, usually it's right because I know like the story. Like I wouldn't say I know, like I wouldn't even guess if I thought I didn't know. So like if I'm guessing and I feel like if I say a story and I feel like that's what it was, like I have been wrong before, but usually it's that's the storyline we're dealing with. But if I don't remember, then you know, sometimes I just don't remember. But, you know, usually I'll start to get used to the name and then I'll be like, oh, that was da da da. Maybe you'll tell me like the signs you guys are or something, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, you know, that was you guys. And so usually it won't be like, but you know, you said you told me in the last session. I don't know. I don't remember what you had said. So that's why I'm asking. I don't know if I said something again that you had told me last time, is what you're saying. But or if it's just the same thing I said last time. I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that, because I don't remember what we talked about last time, but okay. Well, I think it takes a while to get to people, so they're like, okay, I'm gonna go do something else, you know. And then you know what I should do is like, I don't want to make it harder on Jenna, but maybe we should have people here. I'll talk to you about this after. Like, I literally will, because this will be a good idea for us to kind of get the hang of things and figure out what we're doing instead of just coming on here and like making it work. I mean, it works. It's been working. I have an idea, and I think that maybe we can like negotiate that and see. I know you emailed me and I haven't emailed you back yet. It's like, I don't know what I keep doing and why I can't get to it. I haven't even read the email yet. Like I logged on today and then I had to like reset my password, and I logged on and then I didn't even look for it. Like, I guess I forgot to look for it. I got distracted into something else. But I will do that for sure, because I have to kind of figure this out with you. And I think it'd be a lot better for us to just kind of get a routine going that we already know about, you know, so it's like people won't be confused and we're not like just talking about it right now. Like, we already kind of know. Okay. Okay, I'm cool. I'm glad you resonated with that. That's good. Yeah, it seems like it is a little behind, huh? Well, not for Jenna though. Well, I guess because it's like we're on the same thing, kind of. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know who's next. Jennifer Rodriguez. I think you just posted your question up there too. Let me go see if I can find it real quick so you don't have to post it again. What will happen in love for me this week, month? Leo. Okay. Let's see if we can get anything here for this person. Who's a Leo, and they want to know what's going to happen with them regarding love this month. They're a Leo. Cards are flying everywhere. Okay, we have a new person coming into your life, offering you connection emotionally, some kind of feelings that they have towards you that they're going to be showing you, and like maybe a date offer too, could be. And it's talking about, it could either be I think it's a person that's younger than you, first of all. And second of all, I think that it is what the cards are showing is it's a person younger than you that would be an earth sign, which is Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or it could be a water sign, which is Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. So keep your eye out for that. Somebody offering you a connection or a date, or flirting with you. I mean, just showing you some kind of feelings, like in a romantic way. You know, somebody new coming in. I feel like it is somebody new, unless it's somebody from your past, which, you know, things have revived or are going to revive. But it seems like a new connection. Usually that's what the Page of Cups to me means, like a new person coming in, you know, like it's like just the early stages. Since it's a page, it's like young, early stages, you know what I mean? Action being taken. So it's like this is an action that they're doing. It's not someone thinking about it or considering it. It's like an action being taken towards you. There will be many opportunities for this person to come forward and do this. And I feel like maybe this is the time, like around this time is when they're going to be doing it. So that's kind of cool. So let's see what else we can get for that. In love this month, what do we need to be aware of for Jennifer Rodriguez? You're headed in a charitable, more charitable position, or you are going to be, someone is going to need your help, like a friend or something like that is going to need your you have something. It could be vice versa as well. You could need it from them, but I feel like either you're going to be headed in a direction where you need help a little bit, you need a handout, you need an offer, you need a little help, or you're going to be helping a friend that comes along. Like you just have more to offer and they need that. So this is you in a charitable position. It could even be talking about this person. Like you feel like you have to give them something because they've asked you out. It's like you're giving to them. You're giving to someone who is less fortunate or who needs it or who you feel like you should because they have given you things in the past or something like that. And it's very sudden and it's kind of in your face too. If somebody does ask you for help, they might be a little bit like forward about it, but hey, at least they're not beating around the bush and you're like, I don't even get what you're asking. Like, they're going, look, I need help. Can you help me? No. Yes. Okay. So it seems like someone's just going to be asking you for something unless that's you asking them for something. But I feel like it's someone asking you for something, some help in some way. Okay. Who is next? Jenny or Julie J. Julie J. Julie J. Julie J. 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 Will there be a reconciliation for me and my boyfriend? And will he commit to me? Oh, okay. Yeah. Tell me about their boyfriend, the ex-boyfriend, or their, there needs to be a reconciliation. So reconciliation. So I feel like that's, you guys aren't together anymore, is what you're saying. So what can you tell me about this person? What do we need to know about them in regards to this question? In regards to, are they going to come forward and reconcile, or is this something that's done? What do we need to know about the connection between them? You need to be honest. I feel like there will be some communication. There's a lot of like contemplation right now. Someone is trying to figure out what's best for them, like, and not really considering other people as much. Like just what's best for me right now is what they're kind of focused on. So also it's highlighting an honest person, an honest interaction. So it's saying basically you need to make sure you're honest. Make sure that you are straightforward in your communication and also logical. Don't be letting your emotions rule things, or that could just be kind of the nature of what the conversation will be like. Like he won't be very emotional. He'll just be very straightforward. But it's also highlighting that there needs to be honesty there. Someone is trying to get what they want out of the situation. So I feel like that's a bit greedy. Like they're not really, like if you're wanting to know if they're considering how you feel, it's not really the case right now. It seems like they're kind of, they have to make a decision, they feel like. And so what they're doing is trying to figure out what's best for them in the situation. So if he feels like what's best for him is to commit to you, then yes. And if not, then no. It seems like right now he doesn't know what he wants to do yet. Like he's still considering if he even wants to have this conversation with you. And if it's going to be what's best for him. So he is a bit, thinking about himself a bit, which isn't a bad thing. It's just, since you're asking, I don't really think it's much about, how you feel, which is why the King of Swords is here, because it's very logical. It's very like, and then with the Knight of Cups here, it's like something he's being very logical, like not very emotional or sympathetic or empathetic or like trying to feel like for you. He's basically trying to figure out something in a logical way, and that thing would be what is best for him. So that's what he's feeling right now. I don't know if it means he'll ever commit to you or not. It seems like he's trying to figure that out now too. Like he's trying to see if that's what he wants to do or not. Wait, what did you? I think right now he's considering that. Like he's thinking about it. Like this is talking about him considering things and having to make a decision based on those things. Like he's sitting there by himself. He realizes that this is the world in his hands, and this world around him is also the world. So it's like perspectives, perceptions. He's trying to figure out which way is the best for him. And he knows he has to take it, he has to make a decision and take an action, or make a decision and take an action. Did I just say that? I don't know what I'm trying to say right now, but you know what I mean. He has to do something and he has to make a decision. And so he's considering what is the best for him. A little bit greedy, like not very much considerate of you. I'm not really sure if you can be optimistic about it. I mean, what you can be is just knowing that he's still going over it with himself. He doesn't even really know yet. You know, I don't really think that I really don't know if it will happen. You know, it doesn't seem like, I mean, all it's saying basically is that he's considering it. It doesn't really say what direction he's going to go in. It's saying that he needs to make a decision. So he will be making one. And what that decision will be is what he feels like is best for him. So let's see if we can, and he probably won't be very emotional or understanding. He'll probably be very like straightforward and logical, and it might feel a little impersonal, you know. He's trying to, yeah. Okay, so this is how you can figure out if you think that he, like, since I'm saying what's best for him is what he's likely to choose, see? What he's likely to, a decision he has to make. And if you want to kind of understand more what he's likely to do, then you can look at it this way. Whatever happened between you guys in the relationship, whatever, you know, reason that you guys kind of broke up, if it was just the cheating, then that's not really highlighting here the stability in his life. Like that person might make him feel more stable or not, but you know, maybe that's why he cheated. But what it's saying basically in the cards right here is that he's looking what's best for him in a way that makes him feel more safe and secure, more stable, that he can take care of himself and nurture others like his family or whoever he, you know, is taking care of or wants to help, including himself. So he wants to be able to have enough to be able to also nurture others. See how she's nurturing that bird up there? And then she has all her pentacles around her. So it's like, it's talking about a person who's able to handle their own and also help others because they just have their shit together enough. And then this is a Cancer, or it's talking about moving forward, progressing. And also not just progressing and not just going in a direction, but figuring out which direction, because these two sphinxes here at the bottom, he has to figure out which one is going to lead him to the right place. And you don't really know until you try, right? But he's just, this is a time that he's considering all of these things. So if the way that you can kind of figure it out is if you know, like whatever happened between you, if it was just the cheating and then maybe you need to figure out why he cheated, how he feels basically. Because if you can figure out how he feels about you and about how he feels being with you, then you can figure out if he feels stable with you most of the time, and this was just a thing that happened that he doesn't really want to do anymore, then yeah, he's likely to come back to you, because what it's saying is he wants to find that stability. He wants to find a place where he feels like he is secure enough, you know, to feel stable, you know. So it's like if you guys had that, then he could come back, and because he feels that way still about you. But if that really wasn't the case at all, like you feel like he didn't really feel stable, money was always like hard to find, and he just couldn't keep jobs, and he felt like, you know, you were on, you know, a heavy burden on him or something. Like if you know those things, then I would say that it's probably not going to be you, because he's looking in a direction of what's going to make him feel more stable. And something that he wants is to feel more secure, like he has enough financially. And it's not really about emotions here. It's mostly just about his stability, his security. So, yeah, I don't sugarcoat at all. I'm sorry. But in a way, you know, it's kind of a good thing, because yeah, it's awesome. You guys are very positive. So, but yeah, what I can say is that if you kind of already know how he feels about his security, and if he feels that with you or not, if he didn't really feel it with you and you kind of felt that because it was kind of obvious, then you can determine if you think he'll come back to you based on what it's saying is that he's looking for security in his relationship, like financially, materially. He wants to be able to have a house to live in. Like, you know, he wants to have his own stability, that he doesn't need to depend on other people and things like that. So, okay. Dang, you guys, we're almost on 2 hours. Fuck yeah. Heck yeah, I mean. Okay. What does Spirit want me to know? Let's do a little tarot, and I'll do an oracle for that one too, because the oracle ones come out pretty cool sometimes. Okay, this one flipped over, so. Are we serious? Maybe I should shift a little better, but if... You know what? I'll switch decks. I don't want to, I don't want to take that back, though, because I feel like that actually is the case. But here's the thing. If I ever put a card back and then we think, oh, no, we're going to miss out on the answer or the message, just don't ever feel that way, because know that if I put a card back and that message is supposed to come out, it will come back out. Remember earlier how the devil came out? It flew out when I was going on to the next person. That's because it was going, wait, you didn't even mention me. Like, I'm supposed to be here. Can you mention me? You know, incorporate me into this. Don't forget about me, because I'm an important part of this reading for this person. So it's like, it'll let me know, you know, and if not in that way, like the exact card will come out again, it will come out in a different way, but it'll still be the same message. Like, so don't ever feel like you're not going to get the message just because I put a card back. You know, that message will still come out in the way it feels like coming out. Like, that's happened to me many times. So that's why I say that with confidence, because I know that I'm not going to miss the message. You know, it's going to come out. If it wants you to know, it'll come out. So don't worry about that. We'll just go on to a different deck, ask again, and then we'll see what happens here. And if that card is supposed to come out, then it'll come out again. So no worries. So, what does Spirit want her to know? We wrote that. I said that and you wrote that at the same time. What does Spirit want us to know? What does Spirit want Jenny to know? What does Spirit want Jenny to know? It looks like you've been feeling kind of like unsatisfied with life, or like whatever you have right now in your life is just not really, you're not feeling it. It's not enough for you. You want more in your life, you know, more meaning, more substance, more this, that, and the other. It doesn't matter. It's just that whatever you have now is not really what you feel like you just want more. You know, you're not experiencing the kind of feelings you want to be experiencing right now. You feel like you're just lacking in some way, or many ways possibly. So it's a confusing time, because I feel like you're not doing enough self-reflection self-reflection needs to happen here, because if you don't know what you want, how do you know how to make yourself happy? You know, it's kind of like this thing where you're sitting there going like, I am missing something, but I don't know what it is. And that can be hard to deal with because you don't know where to start and where to begin and how to fulfill that. So basically it's saying you're going to need to do that time to yourself. You're going to need to take this journey. This journey is a solo journey. So it's not, you know, you listening to what other people want for you. It's just you doing what you feel like you need to do. Well, you're trying to find that thing or those things that will make you feel better about life and make you feel like you're happy to live your life. I also want to note that like looking for someone or something external to fulfill you is really not the way to go. It doesn't really work like that, even though we all kind of do that most of the time. It really isn't a good idea because it's not going to fix it permanently. But it seems like right now it's just a time where you feel like there's just something missing. And so you're going to be on the hunt for that. And that's okay to go that journey alone. In fact, it's kind of necessary because then you make better decisions when you only have yourself. You know, sometimes it's good to be asking people like if it's a good idea to do something, but it seems like other people's opinions right now are really not the thing that you need to be focused on. It's really yourself. You need to take this time. And also I feel like, well, before I was kind of feeling like money will be good, but now I'm seeing it differently. It kind of seems like it's not really talking about money specifically. It seems like it's talking about possessions or material items, like things that like, okay, look at him. He's sitting on his throne. He has all these like grapes and all these like his pentacle right there. You know, it's like he's got like his gold, and I mean he's set, he's good, he has all of these things. It's not something emotional. It's not something. It's material items. And he's just basking in it. He's just sitting in it and he's just kind of like, this is what I have. And he's good with that. You know, this is, I feel like talking about you finding that or having that in your life. So I feel like it's not really a problem with money or, you know, you having what you need materially. So it seems like it's talking about something more emotional that you're going to be on the hunt for. You know, these are cups, they're emotions, they're feelings. And since we're talking about you already have this, that means this is not something you feel like you're missing like in your life, as in something that's material or something like a job. It's more something that is emotional, you know, a feeling within you that you just feel like you don't have enough. And what you're looking for is something to make you feel better. It's not really to make you feel more secure. I mean, emotionally, yes, but it's not about getting more money or getting more stuff or getting another job or getting another house. It's talking about healing something emotionally. So this is what you're looking for. That's what Spirit wants to tell you. Go on that hunt. Do that, you know, do that self-reflection before you go on that hunt, because you're going to want to know what exactly you need. You know what you need, you know what you want, you know what is best for you before you go looking for it. Then you have a better chance of finding it and it actually being a good thing for you. If you have no idea and you're just going to go look, then anything that somebody offers you that sounds great is something that you might go for. And then it might not be something that really aligns with your values. And then you lead yourself down this long road that you get stuck in, and it's just all bad. So you kind of want to know what you need and what you don't, what you need and what you really don't need at all, and you do not want. You need to know what those things are, so that when you go on this journey, you're not lost. You know, you go, okay, that's not it, or that's it. Okay, that aligns with my values. Okay, that doesn't. So it's just, you know which way to go the whole time, because it will make sense, you know, because you already kind of know what you're looking for. You kind of already know what you need. So it's just something that is less chaotic, you know. So you guys, I'm going to end it there for now. I know we have like a few other people that that have questions. Okay, let me do harmonies real quick, and then we'll have to cut it short. Or not short. I mean, it's pretty long, but we'll have to cut it there. Okay, so let's see. It's your future. So let's say you have, is the next person, I want to say is your future husband, because we don't know if you're ever going to have a future husband. You might not, you know. I don't want to ask that just like that because we just don't know that. So let's say the next significant, are you going to be in a relationship with anyone in your future? Is there going to be somebody in your workplace that you're going to be with? And will it be significant or short-lived? Like we'll know based on what the cards are saying whether or not it's going to be a long term or not. But or if it's going to be something that ends quickly, is passionate, ends quickly, or is like just doesn't really go anywhere. You know, we'll kind of feel that out. But we just want to know basically, is this person in your workplace? Is a person in your workplace a person that you will date? Like, is there someone in your workplace that you will start dating? And what's the likelihood of this? What's the likelihood that someone in her workplace will be a person that she starts dating? And if that is the case, what do we need to know about it? That's interesting because, like I said, it could be short-lived, right? It looks like you might date, like you could date somebody in the workplace, but I don't think it'll be your future husband. I don't think it'll be someone that you are very long-term with. And I feel like that's because you're going to be looking for a person who is in your workplace. Like you're going to be like, since you're asking that question, you're already kind of thinking like they could be in your workplace. So you might already be like looking for that, who this person could be. And now you can look for that person, but the thing is, know that that person is probably going to be short-lived, you know? Like it's not just going to be a person in your workplace. It probably, in this case, it doesn't seem that it will be, you know, a long-term committed relationship with that person. It seems like whoever, like there probably will be a person in your workplace, but it seems like it's going to be a person who's not very committed. The thing about it though is, yeah, see, it comes in, it comes in and it leaves, you know, it goes just as quick as it came. So just be careful with that person because it seems like this is a time, like this happens after a time when things kind of like you transformed in some way and renewed yourself after a very kind of like hard time, I guess you could say. Like the tower happened, so something fell apart and you had to like rise yourself up and kind of become something new, make your life something new. So it's like a big thing happens, and then now this next relationship you get into, this person is very passionate and you feel very good about that, but then they're gone and it's just so quick. Like it happens very quickly. It starts and then it ends very quickly. So if you can not have that happen, like if that's something you want to do, go for it. But if it's not, then you know it seems like something that you probably can prevent, you know. So just, you know, make sure that you understand what your intentions are with people. You let them know those things. Hopefully they're honest with you about what their intentions are and they don't just lie and then dip out. But it seems like this next person in your workplace, if you do decide to date someone there, it seems like that person will be not very committed to the situation, but it will be very passionate. So they might feel like they want to be committed to it. So just be careful. That can be a tricky one. So just letting you know that now. That's what it seems like. So yeah, try your hardest not to do that because it seems like that probably won't end in a happy situation, and it won't end in a situation where you feel like it's just we're mutually like not interested, let's go our separate way. It seems like it'll be kind of like you had no idea they were just going to dip out like that because it seemed like they're really enjoying themselves and you were too. So yeah, I would say it's not worth it. And if you can prevent that, then that's great. But thank you you guys. Yeah, exactly. Like sickeningly happy and then you just switched. Okay. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for coming and asking me questions because I couldn't do this without you guys. So, um, yeah, I really do appreciate you guys coming asking the questions and being here. And I will be on tomorrow. So, whoever had questions, please come back and ask them, and we'll get to you guys first. And yeah, just make sure that you know, me and Jenna are going to go over it right now, what our whole plan is going to be for the tomorrow's routine. So it'll be a lot less chaotic, but I think we got it, you know, we figured it out. So high five. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Okay. Bye.